Hello, today we will be going over the Liren game. He was playing in the first China Chess King 2024 tournament on the 1st, on the 7th, on January 7th. I'll be going over his game in which he lost. Ding Liren's playing Wei Yi. Ding Liren has black, and this is a Khan, where basically Ding Liren had blundered one move. Even I kind of missed it for a second. Okay, let's go over this game. E4, C6, D4, D5, Caracan with the E4, C6, Knight C3, and usually they play G6 here. Ding Liren took. D takes, Knight F6, attacking the E4 Knight. Wei Yi plays Knight takes F6, E takes, C3, solidifying that D4 pawn, protecting it. White has ideas of playing his bishop to D3, maybe knight to F3, bishop, the C bishop comes out, and queen up to D2, maybe in castle long. So far, it's kind of an even game. We have this open E file here, where either side can attack down the E file with a check. But the check can be covered with a bishop to E7 or bishop to E2, and with further development afterwards. So Ding Liren develops with bishop D6, bishop D3, castle. Black castles with a possible future rook E8 check, but then white could parry that with knight E2 and then castle. So we have queen C2, and there's our rook check, knight E2 protecting. H5. H5 is an aggressive move, but the problem also is that it loosens the king side and the H pawn becomes a target. Perhaps black is, if black is planning to put his bishop on G4, we have F3 kicking that away, which would weaken white's king side, and white, if that's the case, then white may decide to develop his queen's bishop, then castle long. But in any event, black's king side is weakened here. And also, why would he try to attack on the king side, where his black's king is also castled, and white may castle long. Bishop E3 starting to look like a long castle. Black should just develop here. He does. Knight D7. White castles long. So what we have here also, we have opposite attacking flanks here. They should both try to attack each other's king. B5 might be a possibility. Plays knight F8. King to B1. Tucking the king into safety. A5. Starting some aggression on the queen side, where white castle long. So probably A5, then B5, develop the C8 bishop, then place a rook on B8 or C8. C4, Ding Liren continues to push. A4, approaching the king. But if A3, then we'll have B3. Now H3, planning I like H3, then G4. You play G4 regardless, because you want to open up the H file. You want to open up any file here towards this king. Any resemblance of an attack that you could get. There's A3, then B3. That pawn is a thorn. That's like an alpha 0 march down the A file. Bishop develops finally. Black develops all his pieces, but he has the knight on F8. Yeah, G4 here is a possibility. So far, it's kind of even. Knight C3, bishop B4. There's G4. You play G4. Even though you may lose a pawn, it doesn't matter. But Ding Liren doesn't fall for it. He doesn't fall for pawn takes, pawn takes. bishop takes. Then you could probably get a rook here, and he's in black is in trouble in this situation. And then you have the bishops. You have bishop here. No, that's a definite loss. Actually, you may not even play bishop rook here. You could play bishop. You could play bishop here, king h8, and bishop here, picking up the bishop. Could play knight takes, queen takes. There's still black is in a world of trouble here in this very. If he picks up, he's greedy and takes the pawn. That's suicide. I mean, you have all types of lines opening up. So that won't work. So instead, Liren bypasses it, plays h4. Rook h to g1, eyeing the king on g8. And here's where he's trying to concentrate on an attack. It looks like black's attack on the white king would be slower. White is ahead in the attacking business here because you have g5, possible g5 coming, which looks good to me. Knight e6, probably dwarfing that g5 threat. I was looking at d5 here, but that doesn't do anything. D5 here. Then we get pawn takes, pawn takes. We'll see exactly. It says it's even here. So not pawn takes. So all right, d5 isn't bad. The pawn takes, knight takes. Right, knight takes, and you have the queen is in line with the d1 rook here. So d5 is a possibility, but it's not the best move here. So it looks like he made the best move, knight e4, instead of rushing with d5. Though I like d5 because again it puts the queen in line with this d1 rook, and there are possibilities of a discovery here, a check, but with attacks along the d file with this rook here. That's why I like d5. But computer says d5 is just equality after knight g5. Absolute equality here, which looks really weird because then pawn takes. See, pawn takes, not bishop takes, because bishop h7 with that discovery I was talking about. So computer says just take back this way. B takes c6, and the position computer says is even, but it looks like I don't know. It looks like white is better. What a bishop here. That's a mistake. Simply bishop takes because you're attacking the queen, and you could lose the knight here. So that's a mistake. Yeah, bishop f5, you just take back. So we have knight e4, which is the best move in the position, instead of rushing with d5, which I probably would have done. So, knight g5. I believe earlier computer said bishop takes g5 was better, but knight takes g5, pawn takes, bishop to f5, attacking along the white squares. Position is still pretty much even. Then rook a5, c5, blocking off that a5 rook from the swinging from attacking on the king side. So b6. Now here comes d5. d5 is also threatening to take because the bishop would be pinned on d7. But Liren missed that. He played bishop takes c5. And this is the blunder here, bishop takes c5. Because you check first. The idea is you check first, then you take the pawn. And the bishop is pinned. This in between move, bishop h7 check, intermezzo check, king moves, then d takes, and now black is lost. So it was an oversight by Liren here. So the game actually continued. Bishop takes, then c takes, threatening the rook. The rook moves, and you lose a piece, another piece actually. You could also play probably just take the bishop here. Take the bishop here, you're up a piece. But he decides to play queen c8. If queen takes, you promote to a queen. And that looks deadly. There's no coming back from that. Okay, Liren played in this tournament in his China Chess King, and he didn't do well. He didn't go to the final. He's playing in TATA Steel in a few days. So I will definitely be keeping an eye on Liren in this TATA Steel tournament. Let's see how he does. I hope he bounces back and plays like a world champion. All right, until next time, thanks for watching.